Good morning or good afternoon, boys and girls. I hope y'all had a good day yesterday. So today you're going to be doing complex fractions and unit rates again. So we're going to review over complex fractions a little bit just to make sure we know what we're doing. So the first thing that's on your paper is that you have to remember how to divide fractions. So you can either type this into your calculator or 1/2 times 4/1. Because remember, we have to keep, change, flip. So our answer would be 2. All right, I'm going to give you a few minutes to go ahead and work out the other three. All right. This one is going to end up being 5/6. Our next one is going to be 1/8. And our last one is going to be 4 and 4/7. Okay, so now the next thing on your paper asks, what is a unit rate? So remember, a unit rate is where 1 is the denominator. So whenever I ask you what's a unit rate, remember 1 is the denominator. All right, the next thing it says Mike walked 5 blocks in 15 minutes. How many minutes did it take for him to walk 1 block? So how many minutes did it take him to walk 5 blocks? So 15 minutes, 5 blocks. Because it says how many minutes did it take him to walk 1 block? This is simple division. So 5/1. 3/1. Sorry, guys. So it takes 3 minutes to walk 1 block. All right, the next thing on your paper talks about the vocabulary, so a complex fraction. It is a fraction where the numerator and the denominator or both contain a fraction. So the numerator contains a fraction, but the denominator does not. The numerator does not contain, the denominator does. Both numerator and denominator contain fractions. All right, so I'm going to give you a few minutes to work these out. Take your time, think about what you're doing. Go ahead. As you can see, I went ahead and changed mine into multiplication instead of division, but you have a calculator. Use it. All right, so my answers for the first one, 1/8. Second one, 24/3. I need to convert that into a whole number, which is 8. Then you have number 3, 8/21. Do we have any questions? All right, since there were no questions, let's move on. So the next thing are 2 examples. The first example says it took Jenny 2 hours to knit 1/3 of a scarf. How many hours will it take for Jenny to knit 1 whole scarf? So it asks how many hours. So we're going to start with our hours. So 2 over, then the scarf is the second portion. So 2 hours, 1/3 scarf. All right, now that you have it set up, go ahead and solve it. Type it into your calculator or do it the long way. So 2/1 times 3/1. Your answer is going to be 6 hours. All right, then example number 2 reads, Mike read 1/4 of the newspaper in 1/3 of an hour. How long did it take for him to read the whole newspaper? So the first thing it tells me is how long. So that's going to be my hours. So I'm going to start off with my hours. Over, I need to know how long it took to read the whole newspaper. So my newspaper is going to be next. Next thing, we do our simple math. We divide, we multiply. Like I said, use your calculator. 1/3 divided by 1/4, or do it the long way. Either way, we get the same answer. All right, and of course our math tells us that we get 4 over 3, which we then convert to 1 over 3. 1 whole hour and a third of another hour. All right, so up next, you're going to have 3 practice problems over word problems. It's going to ask you to do a ratio. This right here. This is my ratio. This is showing me what I am talking about. The next thing it's going to do is tell you to simplify it. Use your calculator or do this. Either one works. Then, of course, it's going to ask you for your answer. Anytime you do your answer, you need to label it. So it took 1 1/3 of an hour to read 1 newspaper. Make sure that you put that. Labels are important. All right. Once you get done with these 3 word problems, turn that into Mr. Barnes. The next thing you're going to receive is 2 papers. You're going to receive one that reteaches you about rates, one that reteaches you about complex fractions. Both of these are going in the grade book. Please do your best. At the top of both pages, there are notes. Use those notes. This is independent work. I should not be told that you are working together or talking about it. I want to know what you know, not your neighbor, not your best friend. What do you know? I hope you all have a great day today. Tomorrow, Friday, you have a quiz, the same quiz you took last week. I'm going to give you a chance to retake it. Do better. Study. If you have any questions, get on the Zoom this afternoon, 3:30 to 4 o'clock. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.